pearl, I guess you would
Yeah.
call it, but just pretty crazy looking. But that actually that won this trophy. It's a second place trophy, I think.
Considering the
Senior,
era.
oh, first place actually, senior division, first place.
Wow.
Second annual contest. So you can see down there the details.
And if anybody has any information on that, reach out to Tim or I and let us know.
Love to know some more history on that. That was a really cool piece. To cover that back up so you don't get that damaged.
Back up there.
Sweep around here some more. And you're going to have to explain this thing again, because I know the top is off of a Ford Probe, and that's all I remember.
Oh, let's see. Randy Meyer, good friend of mine. The KKIM, Custom Kempson Miniature, up the Quad Cities, originated. One of the largest model car clubs in the world, as far as I know. Had a area at the show for stalled projects, and you could swap projects if you had one that was stalled. Well, Randy started this years ago. The body work was pretty much done. It needed a few little things on the front end, back end, some sanding, some things reattached. And it is a stealth roof, stealth interior. It's of course the suspension's lowered and whatnot. Randy just does some very phenomenal and surgical work on his body modifications, and so I took that car and completed it before the next KKIM to show him what his car looked like.
It's cool. I think we got Cousin Eddie in the background there.
Yeah.
With his Winnebago. There he is out there emptying the shitter.
Yep, shitter's full.
Where in the world did you find that figure?
I think it's a Hallmark, believe it or not. Found it on
great.
good old eBay. It was in pieces. It was broken, and I bought it for like $10.
That's hilarious, man.
The little coupe there is the old AMT Snake Eyes kit. It's a fairly rare kit to find, and Dave Darby got the box. I sent him the box. He wanted it, and I finished that in a House of Colors. And just a really neat little kit with all the specialty little parts that come in that particular kit.
Yeah, that's pretty.
The Bonneville, that butterscotch metal flake, I got off eBay probably 25 years ago, and it had tar all over it. The seller said that he had found it in a bucket of tar, and the driver's side front fender was basically destroyed. So a lot of that scratch built and patched together, and then I just made a custom out of it.
A bucket of tar. That's probably one of the worst model stories I've ever heard. How did that happen?
It had,
God
I don't know.
Almighty.
It had tar on it.
Unreal. And then he's got the two Rod Shop Corvettes. The one is 16th scale. One is the regular 25th scale.
24th or 125th.
Yeah, and I mean, and these are pretty much the decals. He had all these decals made for the little one, because they never made that model. And then of course the bigger one. And this was that kit. This is the tougher of this issue of these kits. Of course, I think the Shaker Vet did it utilize a lot of the same parts, and then they reissued this thing in a bunch of different colors a bunch of times. Like the one that I've got, I had to piece together out of about 5 parts from about 5 different kits, and parts donated from friends. But yeah, Chuck killed this one. He's got some really nice paint on there with flake in it. Really pretty out in the sunlight, but and crazy cool hood on this. The particular hood was came with that Rod Shop version, but having the miniature of it is really outstanding too. And when he's hot back up here, he's got just a little more conglomeration of everything. There's some unbuilt. He does have a piece, artwork piece from Doug Dorr. We've followed Doug for several years now. Honestly, this is probably, I think, one of my favorite things I've ever seen Doug do.
I'll tell you, if you're not friends with Doug Dorr, DOOR on Facebook, Instagram, follow him. He has live auctions on there, sells a lot of his artwork, and his work is absolutely top notch.
Yeah, he does stuff pretty much daily.
Yes.
He is a 5, 6, 7 day a week builder, and God, I wish I'd have bid on this. It's a Mickey Mouse Ratfink, basically. It's just a cool figure. And then we got more weirdos, and then we got some one-off stuff here, like the Grinch, and he's got some stuff done in Sculpey. Chuck has a friend of his. She sculpted these for him.
She did a great job, and
Yeah.
I need to finish up Cindy Lou Who and Max there.
Yeah.
Maybe have them done before Christmas so I can display them.
And he's crazy Lindy Loonies.
Lindy Loonies,
He's got
yeah.
several of these, and this piece in the back here, this resin piece is that's just one. You just can't find that. I mean, that was another garage kit that's just insanely rare because there's just not that many of them floating around.
That Sidewalk Surfer Tex somebody on eBay years ago casted those out of a garage.
And then my favorite stuff, Snoopy.
Oh, Snoopy.
And the Simpsons. We got a shelf full of that. A little tiny Dave Deal there going by. Another one of Chuck's Survivors, which is really a good one. Really well done.
This is a John Barry custom. That's a work in progress. I'm going to do some work on that. John, phenomenal builder for years and years. Customs, known for a lot of his bubble top models. Doing what can't be done type stuff. Lunatic Fringe type bills.
Right.
Just very talented modders and a good friend.
And this shelf up here has probably got one of the wildest assortments of everything. That Dave Deal figure in the back from Japan.
It's like an 8th scale.
Yeah, it's just huge, and you just don't ever see stuff like that. I mean, it's another obscure
Another
piece.
Mike Babel Ratfink. Mike donates to our car club for our auctions, and of course I had to bid on that, and love that piece. Made the little diorama for it and everything. Also painted this up, and just awesome. Makes me smile every time I see it.
We got more figures, some really crazy, some one-off stuff like this cat from AMT. That's only one of 2 of those that exist.
Yeah,
It's
there are
been
one or
hand
two,
sculpted, and the fellow passed away that did that.
This guy was a 2-piece model with hair, and this was called the Mad Mangler. This was the first model kit that was ever made, as far as I know, and it was super easy. Just 2 pieces and a little hair in the kit. But there was a whole series of those. But at least I got the first monster, the old Mad Mangler.
He's crazy looking. And then some more really rare resin sitting back here. Now these are the Jerry Petrie kits. Sorry, let me cut off the phone there. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's the Scumbag Express and the Race, Ed Roth Race.
Tim Nolan piece here. Tim Nolan piece.
Yeah, that's one of my
Tim Nolan piece.
ugly shift knobs. And then we'll go up and just scan along his last shelves here. There's some more Survivors. And, we were looking at this one last night in detail. That entire interior, that little truck, and the bed and the dashboard, all done in these little tiny little pipe cleaners. I mean, there's hours and hours of work gluing that in there. And the fact that it's probably 50 years old.
At least.
It's all still together. Just amazing. And it's really, really well done. Yeah, another Survivor.
Another old Survivor from the 60s.
You look at the detail in that engine compartment. And then in the trunk, they cut out this trunk lid out of this model and put in all these little tools and all the little televisions in there. All that stuff that you used to find in those AMT kits, gas cans and
Made
wrenches
a clear
and pliers.
top for it.
Yeah, it has a clear roof. I mean, it's just a really cool. Another probably 50-year-old piece, if not older.
Very, very nicely done.
And then we got 2 of John Bissinger's drag bikes up here. And these kits are rare enough. The fact that John built them. There's a lot of scratch work in these. It looks like aluminum, handmade aluminum on the fenders and the seat pieces.
He always
there.
made a metal piece.
Yeah.
Something metal on most of his larger scales. And just his paint work and the detail work is just crazy.
This was Chuck's Cadillac, the Sinner.
That was a 4-door Johan model, and my friend. I mean, if you can't trust your friends with a hobby saw and number 11 blade, who can you trust? But Randy did a ton of work on that 4-door Johan. It was a mint kit, and hacked and cut and pulled and stretched and rescribed and did the body work, and then I did the paint work to replicate the 60 Cadillac that I
Tip
had.
that up so we can see the top of it, Chuck. I think we're getting the paint. Let's put it out here in the light a little bit. There you go.
Got a little bit of dust on it.
All right.
Painted scallops, and that's metal flake red. The dash, also metal flake red, and some little pinstriping there. The
That's
scallops were
crazy.
painted very fine, little fine jobs. First scallop job I ever did, actually.
Came out
Really
good.
turned out very well. Another John Barry custom Marlin that I finished.
That was a chopped marlin. There's
Chopped
something you don't
Marlin.
see every
You just
day.
don't see that. Yeah, a highly modified engine compartment. Let me get that out of the way.
Yeah, we got a couple more drag cars. We got a Rebellion back there. And then Chuck did, well, you can explain the custom work he did on that one.
Did a same chassis that's under the Rebellion, and which I believe is the Tony Nancy kit.
I'm going to move that out of
And,
the way so you can see that. There we go.
One of my club brothers in the KKIM and I was sitting at a show one day and decided to hack this 60 Starliner body in two. And there it is, Brian Johnson. There it is, buddy. That's the
Come around
one.
and show the front of this because you can see how this has been narrowed.
That's the one that one we did. And
Look at that thing.
then I sectioned the grill and the back end of it and stuff, and cut the trunk out. Let me pull it out here. Get it out in the light. Like
Yeah,
the
that's pretty.
Rebellion, just so that it had something to be displayed with next to it.
That's a great piece.
Total insanity.
Awesome paint. Very nice.
Body by Ford.
Oh, I'm gonna hit you in the head.
Oh, sorry.
Selfie stick to in the head. He's got some more toys up here. Some more old promo stuff, and some more saves. And there's a Super Zinger Corvette. We got some old trucks up there. So that, yeah, that's about it on this shelf. We got some wild stuff. But anyway, yeah, we'll look back down that wall again. And I mean, this takes up a huge amount of space in this room. But I'm just kind of pan down so you can see everything again. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna wrap that one up. That's another one. So, and I think we're about done on the built stuff, but there's
We got upstairs. We got
oh yeah, we got the cabinet upstairs. Never mind, we have cabinets upstairs with more build up. So that'll be in the next episode, and we'll be back. We'll see you on the next one.